India is a very large country, stretching far and wide like a colorful quilt. From the snowy mountains of the Himalayas in the north to the warm, sunny beaches of Kanyakumari in the south, the land changes its face. In the west, you will find the great deserts of Rajasthan, where camels walk slowly over sand dunes. If you travel to the east, you will see lush green forests and the mighty Brahmaputra river flowing gently. Each part of this land tells a different story, with its own trees, its own animals, and its own special weather. It is a land of incredible variety, where every corner holds a new surprise for the curious traveler. This vast and beautiful land is home to many, many people. In fact, more people live in India than in almost any other country in the world. They live in small villages nestled in quiet valleys, and they live in big, bustling cities that never seem to sleep. Imagine all the people you see in a busy market. Now imagine that happening in thousands of towns and cities all at once. This great family of people speaks different languages, wears different kinds of clothes, and eats different kinds of food. This is what makes India so vibrant and full of life, a place of countless stories unfolding every single day. If you were to fly over India in a small aeroplane, you would see this pattern very clearly. Down below, you would notice tiny clusters of houses in the countryside, surrounded by green fields and winding rivers. These are the villages, where life moves at a slower, more gentle pace. But as you fly closer to the cities, you would see the houses grow closer together, like trees in a dense forest. The roads would become wider and filled with cars and buses, and tall buildings would start to reach for the sky. This is where most of the people are gathering, seeking work, education, and a different kind of life. The contrast between the quiet countryside and the noisy city is growing larger every year. Many young people leave their village homes to find opportunities in places like Mumbai, Delhi, or Bengaluru. They come with dreams in their hearts, hoping to build a better future for their families. This movement of people is like a great river flowing from the rural plains into the urban oceans. While this brings growth and excitement to our cities, it also brings new challenges that we must all face together as one big community living under the same sky. In our big cities, people live very close to one another. This is called high population density. Think of a city like Mumbai, where tall apartment buildings stand side by side, each one holding hundreds of families. The streets below are always full of people walking, vendors selling their goods, and children playing in small open spaces. There is a constant hum of activity, a feeling that something is always happening. In these places, a small patch of land is home to thousands of people. It is very different from a village in Himachal Pradesh, where houses are scattered across green hillsides and you can walk for a long time without seeing another soul. This closeness means that our city roads are always very crowded. Every morning, millions of people need to travel from their homes to their workplaces or schools. They use buses, cars, auto rickshaws, and motorcycles to get there. Because so many people are traveling at the same time, the roads become full and traffic moves very slowly. A journey that should take only a few minutes can sometimes take an hour or more. This is what we call a traffic jam, where vehicles are stuck in long lines, their engines running and their drivers waiting patiently, or sometimes impatiently. The number of vehicles on our roads keeps growing every year. As more people can afford to buy a car or a scooter, they choose to use their own transport instead of public buses or trains. While having your own vehicle offers comfort and freedom, it also adds one more car to the already crowded street. In cities like Delhi, it feels like new cars are being added to the roads every single day. This ever-increasing river of steel and rubber fills every available space, making it difficult for people to walk or cycle safely and turning our roads into noisy, congested spaces. This heavy traffic is not just a nuisance. It is the main reason why the air in our cities is becoming unclean. Each car, bus, and motorcycle releases smoke from its exhaust pipe. This smoke contains tiny, harmful particles and gases that float into the air we breathe. When thousands of vehicles are stuck in a traffic jam with their engines running, they are all releasing this smoke at the same time in the same place. This creates a thick haze, a kind of fog made of pollution that hangs over the city like a grey blanket, especially during the winter months. The smoke from all these vehicles is a serious problem for our health. When we breathe in this polluted air, the tiny harmful particles can enter our lungs and even our blood. This can make us feel unwell. People, especially children and the elderly, might develop coughs that do not go away easily. They might find it hard to breathe, a condition known as asthma. Our eyes might sting and turn red from the irritation. Living in a city with poor air quality is like being constantly exposed to something that our bodies are not made to handle, and over time, it can lead to more serious health issues for many people. This pollution does not just harm us, it harms the world around us. The beautiful trees that line our streets get covered in a layer of fine black dust. This dust blocks the sunlight and makes it harder for the leaves to breathe and grow. The birds that used to sing in our gardens find it harder to survive. The old stone buildings and monuments that tell the stories of our past also get damaged, their surfaces slowly eroded by the chemicals in the air. The pollution seeps into the soil and the water, affecting the entire ecosystem of the city in quiet, unseen ways. Cities like Delhi often become famous for the wrong reasons. During winter, a thick smog settles over the city and the air becomes very dangerous to breathe. The government sometimes has to declare health emergencies, asking schools to close and advising people to stay indoors. We can see similar problems in other big cities too. In Bengaluru, once known as the Garden City, the rising number of cars is choking its green spaces. In Mumbai, the constant sea breeze helps a little, but the sheer volume of traffic still creates pockets of very poor air, especially in the busy parts of the city. This problem is a cycle that is hard to break. More people lead to more vehicles lead to more traffic, and more traffic leads to more pollution. And as the city continues to grow, the cycle just gets stronger. It is a challenge that we see and feel every day. We see it in the haze that obscures the morning sun, we feel it in the scratchiness in our throats, and we hear it in the constant honking of horns on our streets. It is a daily reminder that the way we live in our cities needs to change for the better. But we should not lose hope, for there are many simple things we can do to make a difference. The solutions are not complicated. They just require us to think a little differently about how we travel and live. One of the best things we can do is to use public transport more often. Taking a bus or a metro train means that one vehicle is carrying many people. This is much better than each person driving their own car. It reduces the number of cars on the road, which helps to ease traffic jams and lower the amount of smoke released into the air. Another wonderful thing we can do is to use our own 2 feet. For short distances, walking is the best way to travel. It is good for our health, it costs nothing, and it creates no pollution at all. Similarly, riding a bicycle is a fantastic choice. It is a joyful way to see your neighborhood, get some exercise, and travel without adding to the traffic or the smog. If more of us chose to walk or cycle for our daily errands, our streets would become quieter, safer, and much cleaner. Every step we take and every pedal we push is a small victory for our city. We must also remember the importance of our green friends, the trees. Planting more trees in our cities is like giving our world a new set of lungs. Trees are magical because they breathe in the bad air and breathe out fresh, clean oxygen for us. They provide shade, give homes to birds, and make our streets look beautiful. We can form groups in our neighborhoods to plant saplings in parks, along roadsides, and in any small patch of empty land. Every single tree we plant is a gift to ourselves and to the children who will come after us. In the end, it is the small actions of many people that create big changes. If we all decide to make these simple choices, to take the bus, to walk to the local shop, to plant a tree, to follow traffic rules patiently, we can slowly begin to heal our cities. The road ahead is long, but it is a journey we must take together. By working with a gentle and caring spirit, we can make our urban jungles into greener, healthier, and happier places for everyone to live. A little bit of kindness to our earth can bring back the clear blue skies and the sweet, fresh air